Hi guys, welcome back.
Oh, you're filming already?
I love that. I was like, yes I am. It's no warning. Hi guys, so I have Noelle here with me today and we are going to do maybe something to do with more of a dramatic liner effect and with the lashes and good skin, and yeah, we'll decide on the lip right at the end. But yeah, sounds good. Let's begin then. Okay. Right, so I'm going in just prepping her skin right now. Even though she's got serum, so it's still really good to just add a bit more of the face cream to give that extra moisture, especially during the winter times. Our skin gets a little bit dry. Nice.
Nice.
Next, I'm just going with the BECCA Backlight Primer. I should remember this by now. I'm still looking at it like, what is it? But yeah, I'm just gonna add a little bit on her skin to start off prepping it. Okay, skin is nicely prepped, and now I'm gonna go in with a highlighter before I go in with the foundation. So today I'm gonna use the Cover FX, and this is the enhancer drops, and you can use like a tiny amount. Oh my goodness, like literally a tiny amount. And then I'm just gonna use a flat foundation brush, and I'm just gonna go in, and here, this is where I'm gonna focus on the high points of her face, and then just really buff the product in. So mainly around her cheekbones. So you can definitely mix this product with your foundation, or you can just wear it by itself. There's no like a rule behind it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with an extra highlighter because we're just extra that way, and yeah, because today is all about like skin. So I'm gonna go in with a MAC Strobe cream, and I'm just gonna put that all over. This is a lot more lighter texture than the Cover FX. It's a lot more like diluted for like a nice dewy type of glow for the entire face. And I use like a little buffing brush, I guess, and then I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna use a circular motion, buffing that all around her face to just blend everything together nicely. Her skin is now extra chewy. Love it. Looking so nice. Moving on to foundation, I am using the Waterweight Studio foundation in the color. I'm gonna mix it because this is my kit, I don't just have the color for the person. I mix the color to match to the person. Okay, so it's in my hands, and I'm just gonna blend it. But what I actually like to do is I use dark shade for contour and a highlight to highlight, and then I'll blend together. So, right, I'm gonna go in. Okay, so I'm just buffing the product into her skin, using a circular motion. Buff, buff, buff. So I'm gonna go in with the Revolution, the Conceal and Define liquid product, and I'm just gonna go underneath the eyes again. This gives a bit more of a fuller coverage to work as like a concealer slash foundation, so it's really nice. So I buff it straight away because I don't want it to dry out too quick. And then I'm using a darker shade. This is the C13 to give it more of a contour, just a little bit. So when you contour this bit, you don't want to contour downwards, you want to buff it upwards. Otherwise you're going to give yourself a 5 o'clock shadow, which is not pretty. Just before powder, I'm just going to add a little bit more underneath the eyes, and I'm just patting it and make sure you really blend. And now I'm going to set it with powder. It's quite important to do this because you really want to just make sure that all the product sits where it's supposed to sit. Under her eyes, I'm going to use this RCMA, the original translucent powder. So I'm just lightly patting that product under her eyes. This is really good because it really is like no color at all, because a lot of translucent powder, they say it's completely transparent. It's actually not. It's always got a little bit of that like a shell white or like a beigey undertone to it. So that's why this is really good. Now I'm gonna bronze. I'm just gonna use the Dark Tan Mineralize Skinfinish powder. Super light. There's not much of a coverage at all. Again, it's like a setting powder. It's got like a more of a satin finish. Really sweep into her hairline and work from literally like the hairline and then buff it outwards, because that's where you want to deposit the most product to look the most natural. When you bronze the jaw, you want to start from behind your ear and then outwards.
So that it's not just a dark, dark line.
Yeah. It's like, where did that come from? Now after powdering, as you know what I like to do, I like to just set everything in place with a hydration mist, push the powder onto her face to make it look a lot more natural, a lot more skin-like, and also that's going to seal the powder onto the face to make everything last a lot longer. You know, my station's really clean today.
I know, I'm proud of you.
Do you understand? Like, yeah, it's not messy yet still. Well, wait till a bit later. Okay, because Noelle, she's got an amazing, like, her brows are like, I mean, so yeah, I don't need to do too much. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills The Pomade in the 2 shade, and I'm gonna go in with an angled brush. So I'm just gonna go in first before I brush the brows up. Yeah, so I'm gonna look at her brows. This is a little trick that I like to do. So we have, because obviously she's got quite a bit of hair there. So what I would do is I would actually do the top first. So you basically brush the hair down so that the hair is away from where you want to put the products, so that it's not just in the way where you're just gonna find it really struggling to apply. And then I would just use a little bit of the powder, and then I'm just gonna start fill it in. This is such a good little tip, like a little trick for you. It'll make your applying brows life 10 times better, trust me. So now I've finished applying the product onto her top bit of the brow, and then all I do is I brush the hair back up. And now we're gonna do the bottom. Again, use like a hydration mist or water, and then just spray it onto the actual soap, and then use a spoolie and then just wiggle it through and then apply. Quite simple. Moving on to eyes. So we're doing like a quite dramatic liner, but not like a really sharp liner. I'm gonna start with a bit of eyeshadow in the middle, and then just gonna elongate the eyes, and then yeah, you know what I'm doing. You'll see in a minute. I'm gonna use the her Longwear paint pot. This is the soft ochre. It's a really nice, like a yellowy sort of tone, just gonna brighten her eyelid. And this is a step where you're gonna prep before you put your eyeshadow on. When it comes to paint pots, like any type of like a cream product in this type of packaging, it always tends to dry out really quickly. That's normal, like it really is normal. So what I just did there, I literally just ran to grab a little drop of like a oil serum. So I just dropped in this, and I'm just gonna blend and just to kind of melt the product a little bit.
Wouldn't work, for example.
No, definitely not water. You want to use like an oil-based product, because this is actually a cream. So it's all oil-based. And having a bit of oil drops is just gonna help to move this product a bit better. So just lightly buffing this product all over her eyes, entire lid. And can you see the difference between this eye and then the other one? It kind of just brightens everything. It creates a very clear, clean canvas for me to put a shadow on. So I'm gonna go in with a Naked palette. This is the Urban Decay Basics. This is all pretty much like matte nudes with a bit of black and a brown. So I'm just gonna go in with like the I guess this is like a shell color. bit on the more of an olive side, and then I'm just going to buff this all over her lid. I'm going to use this palette, Mischief Minx from the new MAC collection. This is mainly like peachy, like nudes, and the browns. It's just beautiful. Yeah, like I can't even. Yeah. Okay, so I think today I'm gonna actually go in with this color for her eyes, quite peachy. I'm just gonna apply it on her actual eyelid, buff it out into her crease. So when you do like a liner, it's good to have a bit of shadow to just frame it rather than just a fat liner. I think then it's really naked and just a little bit too sharp. It doesn't look as polished as you think. Now I'm just gonna go in with a bit more of a warmer brown just on the outer crease, and then just elongate it out because that's where I want the liner to look. And today's liner, we're not gonna actually wing it quite high up. It's almost quite straight to elongate her eyes rather than lift her eyes. It's a really cool look. Again, using like a circular motion, buffing the eyeshadow. So I'm buffing mainly on the outer crease. So you want to deposit most of the eyeshadow on the outer crease. I'm going to use a very small little flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with slightly darker shade. I'm just starting to outline where I want the wing to go. So we're really elongating it today, going for like a full elongated liner, quite dramatic. I'm gonna go in with the INGLOT gel liner, the really thin little brush. Now I know what her line is gonna be, I'm kind of just gonna follow it, but I'm not gonna go do the whole big like line all the way into her inner corner. I'm actually just mainly focusing on her outer eye shape and then just leave the inner corner alone. Try to get as close as possible to the lash line. Literally lift the eyelid to get right into the top lash line. Going back in with a fluffy eyeshadow brush, really thin one, and then again elongate it further so the flick is very soft. So I'm not using a black pencil on the inner water lash lines because you don't want it to make it look too harsh. So go for like a really nice dark brown. And now I'm gonna go in with this color. I've got this recently. It's like a nude for the lower lash line, the inner lash line, just to kind of open up her eye a little bit. So I'm just gonna use the new stick eyeshadow pencil, and I'm just gonna go in on her inner corner to just brighten a little bit. Just gonna add a little bit of the mascara on the top lash. So I'm using the PRIMA lashes. This is D22 Black DAINTY. It's very light and wispy, so it's really fluffy. It's great for this type of look. So I like to put it on the lashes first, just to kind of measure it. It's really important to make sure that the glue it's a little bit more tacky when you apply, so don't go in straight away. I've literally just powdered a little bit more and just refreshed her skin. Now we're gonna go in with the blush and a highlight. So I'm using like a little fan brush, just dampen it a little bit, focusing on the highlight points of her face, around her cheeks, the bridge of your nose. I like to just highlight a tiny bit just on the upper brow bone, but not a lot because you don't want it to make it look sweaty. And then I'm gonna go in a bit more with a H&M highlighter. It's less intense, less pigmented, but it's more on a satin finish.
Damn.
Bam! I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Lip gloss, and then this is the Nude Kiss, and then I might even put the clear on top. It depends how I feel. Again, I mean, this is like my favorite because the colors that I've chosen to keep in this palette, it's like for everybody, for everything, for every type of look. I'm gonna use a fluffy brush. The pigment is really strong, so you want to use like a very small amount. I say that every time. And I'm probably just gonna go in with a bit of this color. This is the look that I've created for Noelle. I'm so excited and I'm so happy with this look. She looks absolutely stunning. Just saying.
I love it.
Just saying. Look at that. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see any looks that you want me to create, please DM me, don't be shy. And
comment.
Yeah, or comment, or DM me if you want to be my model. And let's make it happen. Bye, till next time.